Joseph Downey, Esports News Network at the Pokemon Pittsburgh Regional with Riley Factura after his win here at the Regional. So how are you feeling after that last set against Wolf, went to Game 3?
I feel good that I won, and I also feel bad because I got a little bit lucky. If anyone watched the finals, there was a bunch of crits and freeze at the end.
What do you think was the reason Cresselia did so well here? Because Cresselia was the 9th most played Pokemon, yet took up 50% of the top 4. Why was it that Cresselia was shining so hard here in the last Regulation D Regional?
I think because Landorus usage has popped up, so Cresselia can do a 4 times effective move with Ice Beam. It's also very bulky, and can set up Trick Room with all the Tailwind users running around. We can have the speed advantage.
Right. So tell me the main idea of your team. Were you leaning towards more supportive Pokemon with the Cresselia, or was it more just Cresselia countering the Landorus that was popping up so much?
That's a good question. Actually, the Trick Room mode in Cress is kind of like the last minute or last option, I would say. The team was first, pretty much built around Urshifu, definitely, and Chien-Pao. Those are really strong Pokemon, and Amoonguss was like a good sponge. And I think I tried Tailwind originally, but I wanted Hands and Heatran to kind of counter like the rise of Golden-Go. But I felt like they were in an awkward speed tier. So if the opponent had Tailwind as well, with the Golden-Go, they could outspeed me, and then I would have to run speed EVs, and I wouldn't be as bulky. So then the Cresselia was pretty much there to just move all my EVs, my speed EVs on Heatran and Iron Hands to bulk.
Gotcha. And as far as the Cresselia things go, how do you go about playing a game Trick Room into Trick Room like you did in the top 4 game, where you had to kind of combat another Cresselia on the other side?
That's a good question. I think in the Cress mirror, I have to look at the Pokemon that they bring as well and see if I either need to do as much damage in Trick Room as possible based on the speed tiers, or don't set up the Trick Room and go with the fast mode with a Chien-Pao or Urshifu, but have that option just in case things go south with the fast mode.
Gotcha. And then as far as your team change goes, you told me you used a different team than you did at the World Championship. We talked to a lot of people this weekend, and more often than not, people said either I brought the same team from Worlds or I brought a version of my team from Worlds. Do you think your change to just slightly counter the trend that you were seeing, do you think that using a different team and putting that extra time in really resulted in you getting to the top here?
Yeah, I don't think I would have won this regional with the team that I brought to Worlds. I brought Regidrago, Golden-Go. That was a team that was popular in the grassroots tournaments right before Worlds. But I just don't think that the team was super optimal. And I think this new team really helped threaten the meta even more now that it's more defined.
Coming up on more changes even. You're going to have to make a lot more changes from the adjustments that you made here with the regulations coming up. So new regulation, people are debating whether or not that's going to mean a lot of changes or little things, whether it's just going to be Grassy Glide, Rillaboom, or weather's going to take over. What are you looking forward to, and what do you think you're going to be trying to play with off the bat with the Regulation E?
I'm not sure. I don't know the full list of what's available for the next regulation or if they released it. So what I usually do is I'll just look at all the available Pokemon, see what could be threatening. It's really hard to guess, first time. But some options that if the meta isn't too different, then yeah, Grassy Glide, Rillaboom sounds really good to counter the Urshifus these days, or at least not like make Urshifu less of a threat than it was. But that Urshifu is probably still going to be very good as well, so definitely going to look into running Urshifu and either Rillaboom or Amoonguss, because Amoonguss is super good against Urshifu. Flutter is always a good choice, and Heatran, Chien-Pao, Cresselia.
Sounds like a lot of the same then, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the list, but if it's what people are saying, where it's just like Grassy Glide, Rillaboom, and then like maybe Milotic and Alolan Ninetales, that's what I've heard. But I haven't heard too much other. And I think the format would probably be kind of similar. If those are the only notable changes.
Well, you have a lot of time to make adjustments because you have qualified for World Championship. So congratulations on that. And we look forward to seeing what you do from this point forward.
Cool.